everybody, happy Wednesday! I certainly wouldn't say that today was a boring day. It's not like I just sat around the house and did nothing all day. I was actually quite busy, but at the same time, no real adventures, nothing really fun to show you guys, nothing exciting to even warrant me getting out the camera, unfortunately. The only real excitement I had today was running out to Target to get some bins for the Cinema Sickness store, because all the stuff I'm selling on the Cinema Sickness store, which by the way is still going very well, thank you guys for buying stuff, I got to store it somewhere, so I got some bins to store that stuff in. That was my excitement. I did, of course, check the media selection at Target when I was there, but nothing I saw as far as good deals were concerned. There was not even a single DVD or Blu-ray in the clearance section, so there was nothing for me to even show you guys at Target, so I didn't even bother to get the camera out. So, unfortunately, kind of a boring day as far as adventures are concerned, but I certainly was busy doing all kinds of stuff around the house and listing stuff and getting stuff put on bins and pricing things and all kinds of stuff like that. So, very busy day, just not a very exciting day, unfortunately. But I do have some good news, and that is I heard back from one of the jobs I interviewed at. You guys may remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago at this point, I interviewed at a company that rents out space in the building that I worked in for the last 14 years. The company I worked for, they own the whole building, but they do rent out some spaces in it. And when the company's there, I talked to, and I told you guys that they kind of thought I was sort of a shoo-in because I worked in a warehouse environment for the last 14 years, so I kind of knew what I was doing and knew the environment and everything like that. I got a call back today, and at first I was kind of scared because I talked to the CEO. She called me, and she was like, well, we really don't have necessarily any job openings. I was like, oh, okay, I guess that means I'm not getting the job. She goes, but we do have something that's kind of entry level and sort of interesting. And she went on describing it, and from what I can tell, it's basically kind of like an entry level assistant manager job. Like, they're going to start me off just kind of basic and learning as things go along to the point where I eventually make my way up to an assistant manager of the warehouse. That's pretty exciting. They're actually, this is a whole new job. They're creating this job. She said, like, if we offer you this job, we're basically creating a whole new job for you. So I don't have the job yet. There's no like, hey, congratulations, you got it. But it's sounding pretty good because they're talking about creating an entirely new job just for me to take, and that sounds great. I would love to be an assistant manager for the warehouse. That'd be really, really cool. So hopefully all things go well. I would really like to work for this place. I haven't got a call back from Liberty Thrift. You guys may remember I interviewed there. I kind of don't want to get a call back from them. I really want a 9-to-5 Monday through Friday job. It's just kind of, that's what I've been doing for the last 14 years. That's what my wife works. It's really good for me. It's really good for my family. The weekends are great for spending time with my son and my family. We always go out and do something fun. So really when it comes down to it, I have like a 9-to-5, 8-to-4, whatever, Monday through Friday job. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And that's what this job is. It's got good benefits. It's got decent pay. It's definitely unfortunately a pay cut from my last job, but I didn't start out making what I was making at my last job. Obviously, that was 14 years of pay increases. So, I'm sure over time I'll be getting bumped up, especially if I become assistant manager. So a little bit of a pay cut, but that's okay because I got the Cinema Sickness shop now, which is bringing in money, so that's awesome. So I'm excited. Hopefully I'll get this job. It's in the same exact building, so I already know where I'm going. I know how long my commute is, all that stuff. I know all the good places to eat for lunch around the area. We even have a cafeteria in the building if I want to eat there. So all in all, it's very convenient and very good, and it's kind of like ideally what I want to work. Like I said, I haven't heard back from Liberty Thrift yet. I haven't even bothered to call them because it's working like weird hours, sometimes during the day, sometimes at night, sometimes on the weekends. I think actually a lot of times on the weekends. It's just kind of it's a varied schedule, and it's really hard for us with my wife working nights and finding somebody to watch Cinema Sickness Jr., which would probably go on the in-laws and kind of working with their schedule, and it could be a mess. I need kind of a set schedule. Working during the day would be great because my wife works at nights. That's sort of, for my family, that's what will work best. So hopefully I get this job. That'd be awesome. Like I said, she's like, we're literally creating an entirely new job title just for you. So I hope, I'd say that sounds good. So fingers crossed, hopefully I'll get the job. That'd be awesome. But okay, enough talking about that. Since I didn't do anything all that exciting today, this is where you guys come into play, and this is why I always tell you guys to send me questions to questions, that's question with an S, questions at cinemasickness.com, because when days like today come around where I haven't really done anything, I'm going to get out my laptop and answer some questions from you guys. So let's dive in. Like I say, I'm only going to do a few of these questions per video, so might be a while till I get to your question, but if you have questions, leave them at questions@cinemasickness.com. Do not leave a comment. Some of you guys left comments. I'm not going to answer those. I mean, maybe I'll answer them in a message, but I'm not going to answer them on video. If you want me to answer your questions on a video, and if you want me to give you a shout or something like that, you can do that. You can say, ask your question and say, thanks, Bob, at, yada, yada, yada.com or something like that. I'll give you a shout out or plug your YouTube or anything like that. I'll definitely do that. So, all right, let's get down to the first question here. This coming from Mads Trevemos, Mads, first name. So I don't know if that's like your actually name's Mads or Maddie or something like that. TVERMOSE. Hey, Cinema Sickness. Oh boy, what are your top 5 B horror films? As I said to you guys before, it's best if you don't ask me like my top 5, top 10, anything, movies or whatever, because I don't know. Like if I really wanted to say, okay, my top whatever movies are, not only would that be, it would take me a year to think of, because I'd be constantly like, well, no, I like that one more, and oh, well, this one has a better plot, but this one has more fun acting. It'd be so difficult. I would really need a really long time and to make a list, and like it's not just a quick answer type thing. But B horror movies, I mean, there's so many good ones out there. There's modern B horror movies. I mean, Christopher Mim movies are just fantastic. I can't recommend them enough. I just watched his latest one, Where's Skeeto Nazi Hunter. So good. I just reviewed it like the other day. Check that movie out. I love his movies. I love things like Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. Lost Skeleton Returns is not a good movie though. The sequel's not very good, but that's a good movie. So there's modern ones out there. There's of course like so many cheesy 80s like slashers and stuff like that I absolutely love. And then of course you have like your B19 like 50s and 60s sci-fi and horror movies. There's so many good B movies out there. You guys know me. I love my movies cheesy. I watch a movie and go, oh my god, that was the most ridiculous thing I ever watched. Chances are I'm going to be like, and it was awesome. So, top 5, I have no idea. I'm not even sure what I would say my favorite one is. I really don't know. There's so many good ones out there. And again, not only are there good ones, so many good cheesy movies out there, but they all kind of like fit. I mean, even though they might all be, off the top of my head, I'm definitely thinking, like horror, like you said, there's so many different types of cheesy horror movies. Again, there's 1950s sci-fi horror. There's 80s, there's 90s, there's 2000s. There's all different feelings and genres and subgenres. It's tough to say, so I'm not really sure, but there are a lot of good ones out there, and I just named a few of them for you. So hopefully that kind of answers your question, but probably not really. All right, next one comes from, I don't think there's a name. No, it's just Gunnar Heath. GUNNARHEATF at I'm not going to say, but that's just your email address, no name. Weird questions, the subject. In some of your videos where you talk about the Hotel Transylvania movies, you mentioned Mavis being one of your #1 cartoon crushes or something along those lines. I'm a bit curious, do you have others or just that one character? She is really pretty. But yeah, other characters. There's of course lots of Disney characters. I think I think Jasmine's beautiful. I always had a thing for Belle as well. Other cartoon crushes. Oh god, off the top of my head, I'm having a hard time thinking of them, but they're definitely girls where like I watch a cartoon movie, I'm like, wow, she's really pretty for a cartoon character, which I know is kind of crazy, but I mean they of course draw cartoon characters a lot pretty, but I really do like Mavis. She's just very pretty, and she got the whole goth thing going on, which is kind of cute. So I definitely like her. My #1, off the top of my head, I would say yes, but again, I'm sure if I really thought about it, maybe I'd think of somebody else. But yeah, off the top of my head, maybe my #1 crush. She's definitely really, really pretty. But a lot of the other ones go to probably Disney characters. There's a lot of really pretty Disney princesses out there. All right, so Jake Higuera, Higuera. I'm so bad with names, sorry. Hi CS, I have a question for the Q&A videos. If you could only watch one movie every day, which movie would it be? Thank you. I'd probably go with Young Frankenstein. I really do love that movie. I always say, it's my favorite movie. Whether or not it's, it's so hard to say like what my favorite movie is, but I guess I would just go with that one. If I had to pick one movie to watch every single day, I would say Young Frankenstein, because I just love that movie, and I really don't get sick of it. But there are other great ones out there too that I love. There's so many other good movies out there, but I guess if I had to pick one, probably that one. Really hard to say though, because man, only one movie for the rest of my life. That would suck. There's so many good movies out there. Like, if you could say, like, you can only watch these, like, 50 or 20 or something movies, maybe I'd be like, all right, cool, but one movie. That'd be really difficult. All right, this movie comes from CG. Hey, Cinema Sickness, big fan of yours here. I've been watching your videos every day for the past year. Awesome, a year and a half. Awesome. My question for you is, what is your most valuable and prized piece of media that you have in your collection? All the best, Carl from Shropshire, 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 in the UK. Awesome. So many people from the United Kingdom watch my videos. That is really cool. I so want to come over there sometime. A lot of you guys say, you know, oh, we don't have really good shops over here, and the finding good deals on movies is really difficult. But I don't care. I want to come over there so bad. Not only do I just want to see the UK, I just want to visit for all the historical stuff. Like, I want to come over there for like a good long chunk of time and see all the fun historical things. I want to do everything from going to, you know, to London and go walking around the city and stuff like that, to seeing all the rural stuff and the castles and you know, Buckingham Palace and all the touristy stuff, and then more so as well. And then I want to also have some time to just go shopping and like go cinema hunting and stuff like that. That'd be really cool. Anyway, on to your question. My most valuable and prized piece of media, I would think that might go to two things. That's probably my HD VMD player, my HD VMD movies, and my CBHD player and my CBHD movies. Those are so hard to get your hands on. I had to track those down, and it literally took me years to find them. I had been searching every month for the past few years. I would just start randomly Google searching for those players, and nothing. Empty results. And I mean, I'd find results, but it'd be like, we're sold out, or, you know, it'd be somebody selling something from like X amount of years ago when you could still, you know, when they were new and you could possibly still get one, and the link was dead, or, you know, they weren't selling them anymore, or something like that. I can't tell you how many times I've actually bought one where I got an email back saying like, sorry, we're actually sold out of that. So I'd say those are my two prize ones. In fact, I actually have two HD VMD players. I can't believe I can say that, and they're both boxed. I was lucky enough. I can't talk today. Lucky enough to get one on Amazon, and I talked a guy down on that, so that was really cool. And it wasn't supposed to come with any movies. It ended up coming with a bunch. That was cool. That was my one concern, because the players are hard to find. The movies are extremely hard to find. So I lucked out with that, and then I got another one, I think off of, I think it was eBay or something like that, for a good price as well. And when I say good price, I'm talking like, I think the one on Amazon was like $100. I think he wanted like more than that, but I think he wanted like $200. I was talking about $100, and I think the guy on eBay, I think I may have paid like close to $200 for that player. It was expensive. They're both expensive. They're rare, and I never come across movies. And then the CBHD player, I finally found one on this random like Chinese website. Luckily enough, there was a lady who I worked with at my old job who worked in there's a bunch of different organizations in this building, all working towards the same thing. And one of them does stuff with international stuff, and she does stuff with, I guess, Chinese relations. And so she's from China. She speaks Chinese or Mandarin, or I forget. What do they speak over there? I forget. I can't remember what is it. I can't remember what they speak. I want to say like Cantonese, or it's one of those things. I can't remember which one they speak. I do apologize to anybody watching right now who might speak that language. Luckily she spoke that language, and she was able to order it for me. She went online and like she go, oh, this says this. I take my address in. They're asking for your phone number here. You know, they would ask all these questions. I couldn't read it. Even the Google Translator was not like Googling it or translating it correctly. So she had to do all that for me. So luckily I had her to help me out, and I ended up getting one. And just blows my mind that I have that. It came with some movies, so they're all right up there. And I have them in their own little area, because it's just every now and then I walk and just look up and just like, I can't believe I can say I have a collection of HD VMDs and CBHDs. I can't say it, and a player to play them, and two players for my HD VMDs. And they're both boxed. That just blows my mind that I can say that. So I'm gonna say they're the most rarest. It's funny because the most rare thing, the most in my opinion, is personally valuable and personally prized. Because your average Joe they're not going to care about those players. They're going to want, if somebody was to come in my house and rob me, they're going to want, my Blu-ray players and my DVD players and stuff like that. They're not going to look at I mean, they might take them because they're probably going to think they're DVD players. But if they knew what everything was, they're going to be like, what the hell's a CBHD? What's HD VMD? No, because nobody wants that stuff. So again, I'm going to go with that. So all right, long answer, but I love those players, and I love actually getting the chance to talk about them every now and then because. Just such a fan of those players. All right, so let's see. Next question here. This one comes from Frederick Olson. What movie is the most expensive you have bought? I think the most expensive thing I ever bought was probably I think it was the Monty Python. I think it's over in C. For complete Monty Python, the mega box, or whatever it is. It's the box set of all the. It's the first box that they released of the entire Monty Python's Flying Circus series. It's not the one that comes with like the bonus discs and stuff like that like they did later on. It's just the one. It's just the series. I remember paying I think like $100 for that, and that was back. Like when I first started collecting. I remember that came out and I was all excited because I love the show, and I dropped like $100 on that. Obviously I would never do something like that now, but back then I did. I think that's the most I ever really spent on something at one shot because I mean, you see, I'm saying that, but then again, no, that's kind of that's the most I ever spent on like one title, because now I'm saying it, I'm like, well, I did buy those like, the CBHD player and the HD VMD player, and those are probably the most expensive things. So you know what? I guess that's kind of a lie. I guess if you want to talk about like what title I spent the most on, would be that Monty Python box set. That's the most thing I spent the most money on all at one time. But in general, probably those players. But then you can start talking, well, what about my TV? My TV was more expensive than those players. So you see, but I'm gonna say you're talking about title. So I would say the Monty Python box set was the most expensive. All right. And let's make this the last question. This coming from James High. Did I see the last person's name? I apologize if I didn't. Yeah, Frederick Olson. I did say his name. All right, again, last question of the day. What is your most favorite player between the Empire Fusion or the Disney Mix Max Plus? They're the same exact thing. They're literally the same thing. They play SD cards. You can play the Disney SD cards in the Nickelodeon. You can play the Nickelodeon DS cards in the Disney. It just reads. I think they're like, was it Windows Media Files or something like that? That's all. They just read the cards. You can use either one. You can take one of those cards and pop it in your computer. It's literally just like a preloaded SD card. It's not like there's some special format on there that player reads. That'd probably be smart for them to do that, but it's literally just a preloaded SD card. You can take that card, you can stick it in your computer, and you can watch your movie. You don't actually have to have one of the players to watch it. So they're literally the same exact thing. Two companies with the same player essentially. But if I had to choose one, I'd go with the Disney Mix Max Plus because it's Disney. I like it. I like that the buttons are in the shape of like a hidden Mickey and stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool. Plus the one I have is Pirates of the Caribbean, which is also a plus. That's awesome. So I guess I would say the Disney one, but only because it's Disney. Otherwise, they're the same exact player. But the fun little thing to own, and I do enjoy them. So all right. That is it for questions, guys. So, again, if you guys have questions for me that I will answer occasionally every now and then when I don't really have anything to show you guys for the day, leave them at questions, that's question with an S, questions at cinemasickness.com. If you email me those questions, I will answer them for you, and again, I will give you like a shout out or anything like that you want me to give you. I have nothing wrong with plugging your YouTube or plugging your website or something like that if you're going to send me an email and ask me a question. So, please feel free to do that. So, okay, guys. It is now time to sit down and watch my Cinema Sickness Halloween Horror-thon title for tonight. And this time, I know what it's going to be. We're going to check out Ghoul. I've never seen this. I like the name, though. Inspired by true events. Apparently, Ghoul is a supernatural horror film involving the real-life story of Soviet Union's most violent serial killer. I guess these U.S. students go out looking for, to shoot a documentary on this killer, and some bad stuff goes down. So I have no idea. Sounds interesting, though. I've never seen it. Let's see if it's any good. Okay, Ghoul. This was okay. It's kind of a Blair Witch sort of ripoff in the sense that it's people shooting a documentary. They don't really know where they're going. They're, in this case, it's some Americans going to the Ukraine to shoot a documentary about cannibalism because back then apparently there was this big famine and people were eating children and other people to stay alive, and they go to document that, and they end up going to this house where the supposed cannibal lived, and supernatural things start happening and they get trapped there. They can't leave. They try to leave the property. It doesn't work out so well. They can't get away from the property. They're stuck in this house, and all this supernatural ghost stuff was happening, and people start getting possessed. And then at the end of the movie, they end up like under these caves, and they've summoned this this serial killer, the spirit of the serial killer, and now he's like going out killing again. And it's kind of weird. Like I said, kind of reminded me a lot of Blair Witch in the sense of just people shooting a documentary and supernatural things apparently happening. I can't really recommend this one. It wasn't like the worst movie I've ever seen. I'm not saying this movie was absolutely complete garbage. It's just that it was just kind of mediocre, bland, okay. There are other movies that do this better. There are other found footage movies that do this better. For instance, Blair Witch does it better. So, just a mediocre found footage movie. If you like found footage movies, maybe this is one to check out. But really, when it comes down to it, I would say not one you need to see. Only one to check out if you really want to see it. So, Ghoul. Unfortunately, I wasn't all that impressed. I will probably never watch this movie again, but I saw it, and I'm not upset that I saw it. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, I checked it out. I'm happy I can say that I've at least seen Ghoul, and I know what this movie's all about now, but I don't see myself ever watching this one again. So again, Ghoul, if you want to see it, check it out. Otherwise, it's really nothing you need to see. Alright, guys, I am now off to bed. I actually got to get to bed a little bit early tonight because I got to get up bright and early tomorrow to drive an hour out to Lancaster, Pennsylvania to do some media hunting. So yes, I'm going to be driving an hour away with my wife to go do some media hunting, which is pretty exciting. Hopefully I'll find some good deals. We're going to go. I'm not going to give it away. You'll have to wait till tomorrow to see where we head off to, but hopefully I'll find some good deals out there. Hopefully I'm not driving an hour away for absolutely nothing, but at the very least, it'll be a fun adventure. So, alright guys, with that being said, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day, hit that subscribe button, and you're going to get one. And if you want to grab yourself a Cinema Sickness t-shirt, one of many designs you could choose from, then head over to cinemasickness.spreadshirt.com where you can get yourself one of these. And finally, if you'd like to support new content and share your thanks and appreciation for these videos and keep these videos coming your way, then head over to patreon.com/cinemasickness, where the simple donation of $1 or as much as you like, any tiny little amount, really does help and goes a long way and goes right back into these videos and gains you early access to most of my videos as well. In fact, this one will be going up nice and early for you guys. So, all right, yeah, exciting day of possible job opportunities and setting up the shop and stuff like that. So, all in all, a fun day. And again, guys, if you have any questions, leave them over at questions, that's question with an S, at cinemasickness.com, and I'll be sure to answer the next time that I am kind of sitting around the house and not doing very much. So, all right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.